Welcome audiophiles. In this video, the Silverback listening team hits the road, steals the key to an awesome hi-fi reseller, check out their stuff, chat with the people.
I love music. It brought something out in me and it just bubbled. I just wanted more.
And have a 20, 100 and a 430,000 euro system presented to them, individually put together and voiced by distinguished sound sommeliers. The Silverback team listens, challenge, and evaluate each system with their own music selections. Serving the honest opinions.
There was nothing I could point a finger at.
You start crapping out there a little bit early, I'd say.
Soundstage is it's the biggest I've ever heard, I think.
And invites you to join the experience using headphones. Then we fight over it.
I think I preferred the Dynaudios.
And list the pros and the cons of each system. This is the sound tasting series from Stjernholm Reviews, featuring brave resellers and Lydspecialisten just opened the doors to their brand new facilities in Aalborg, Denmark, fulfilling a long ambition of being able to provide better demo facilities.
Well, the vision was to build the ultimate, that everything is possible here, nothing is too small, nothing is too big. We have the surroundings to play on a system worth 10 million. We can also play on a small amplifier for a couple of thousand krona and a small turntable. We have the opportunity to show what the equipment can do in the right surroundings.
The 900 square meters new high-end facility hosts everything under one roof, including stock and shipping, multiple showroom areas, and 4 dedicated demo rooms consisting of a fully equipped Dolby Atmos cinema and 3 hi-fi demo rooms. On top of all this, all the offices also features multiple sound systems that the customers can sample and in-ceiling speaker systems that can be compared side by side. The entire facility is equipped with the latest tech in home automation as well, so you can really get a feel for what is possible today and compare options. Listening sessions are arranged on an individual basis where the team sets up the products you want to hear. Lots of brands are represented here.
Of course, we are proud that much of what we love and sell is Danish. We have Dynaudio, which is a large Danish company. We have Audio Group Denmark, which makes both Børresen, Arvik and Ansus cables. We have Naim, we have Audio Vector, we have Mark Leveson, we have Cord Cable from England, we have JBL, and we have Rega, we have Eversol, we have Weim, and many more.
While Lydspecialisten is known for their high-end audio from top brands, they also offer more budget-friendly audio, used equipment. Some interesting niches are things like used high-end cables. The team here travels a lot and puts extra effort into making sure that the customer ends up with the sound of their dreams in their own home. The place just sizzles with passion for what they do, that's for sure. Lydspecialisten serves customers all around the world, and with the new address, international customers enjoy easy access and close proximity to the highway and airport. The top guys at Lydspecialisten, Palle, Brian, and the CEO Thomas has each prepared a system for us in each of the 3 demo rooms. Each individual Silverback will listen for about half an hour in each room. But first, let's hear what the sound sommelier has cooked up for us.
I'm Thomas and I'm the sommelier for today. I have put up a decent system. The amplifier is the Arcam SA45 phono stage, a good streamer, a good DAC, HDMI, a lot of power, and it has a special amplifier called Class G. Warm, not Class A, but close to, and has the grip in the speakers. Then the whole fundament is by the British company Cord Company, who has made all the cables, the power distributor, the cleaning of our internet, so no noise. The speakers is probably our most sold speakers. I think probably Audio Vector's biggest seller at all time. It's R3, floor standing speaker, punchy, a lot of music, quite easy to play with, quite easy to place in the room. Sounds good in every level, can play a lot of bass. It has the grounding system they call the Freedom. So all the tweeters and the mid-range and bass is grounded to the earth of the amplifier, so quite easy to listen to. I love it. And what can you expect of this kind of system? Big sound, big soundstage, not too many details, but music. Enjoy.
Now, this room is set up to mimic a typical small domestic room. The narrow, untreated side walls gives off strong early reflections, so our sound chef has worked with the worst of them by adding decorative branches to absorb. Unfortunately, we moved them to place camera equipment, so some of the sessions was impacted stronger by them missing. And it clearly affected the experience, a very important lesson. Yeah, the piano is not pretty. It's a little hard.
You know, my baby, you just won't let me in. I got a few pennies and I am going to buy my...
Depending on the frequency content of what you will be listening to in this room, the experience can be pretty different. This has great dimensionality to it. It really has. It's big and deep and wide, so I get a musical experience that is very nice. I like it. The vocal sounds decent, but I get this hollow feeling. I get this a bit aggressive. The rim shot has a completely different tonality than what I'm used to. It's ringing a little bit.
In deep confusion, in great despair, when I reach out for help.
But the vocals are not harsh or hard. Very important.
As I can be, and I know that God shines His light on me. Reach out for help, reach out for help.
Okay, let's do something with some serious bass. Huge bass. Yeah, pretty impressive bass performance on these speakers. Not once did we reach the end stops.
You're a little shy.
This track just suits the speakers so well. We have a little rough top end from the room, but otherwise the bass is pretty controlled. Little bit hollow, but very massive, impressive bass performance from the little speakers here. Yeah, and it kind of lacks some punch. You got deep bass, but you don't have that massive punch you would expect from this track.
The Silverback Listening Team, elite listeners for nature preservation. Join them on the electronic webs, patreon.com/Stjernholm Reviews.
The bass performance of the speakers and the room here is amazing. Actually, it's quite extraordinary. Let's just take something insane here.
You live all your days according to His way.
You definitely get the feel of deep bass. Interestingly, on this track, it's quite easy to hear the imbalances caused by the room in the bass. Ideally, each note should have the same kind of weight.
distortion whatsoever, even at very high levels. I think I was at 95, 97 dBs a couple of times. A good speaker.
It seems a little smeary, little bit unbalanced, not very even in the performance. It's difficult to know how much the room is playing a part of that. That's I don't get a very balanced stereo field, and the frequencies are a little bit muddled up. Got a big boost at the low mids.
Another star shoots clean across the sky over my head. I keep thinking about the last thing that you said. And I wonder if you see the sky wherever you are. Are you sleeping now? Do I ever cross your mind? Are you sleeping now? Do I cross your mind? Put you at the altar on a snowy New Year's Day. It's been years now, I still say your name. And in my mind you were the one left standing on your own. But you kept our friends, and they won't come my way.
Yeah, I think the handler dynamics they cope very well. Quite nice and punchy and detailed and quick on the transients. So dynamics wise is good. I feel that they're best suited playing quite quietly in this room, because I think the room acoustics just take over when you start pushing in the volume. That it starts to muddy and boomy and a bit scratchy. Yeah, these did well on the Janet Jackson number there. Nice big bass, much bigger than their size would suggest. Good power, very clean mix. So these cope with it well. As soon as you get too much low mid information, then they start to blur the lines a little bit.
Cloud illusions I recall. I really do no plans at all. Moons and Junes.
Yeah, the vocals nice and forward there. It has a bit of a boom in the low mids. It's a bit unfortunate, that number. And the orchestra seems to be a little bit anonymous. Let's try some more pop princesses.
For you to really notice the strong early reflections in this room, let's try to listen in mono.
Yeah, tight response on the Dua Lipa number. Good power handling. Again, bigger than the size would suggest, but it is kind of uneven. So they're doing a good job for the size. In a room like this, pretty good amp there, good transients, has some compromises.
Thank you, Tim. Now let's get the rock and roller Carsten in the chair.
I often ask my foot, how is the music? And if it moves, then the music is to my taste with sound, and it hasn't moved yet to the tracks we've heard.
And this, it also seems a bit withdrawn. It doesn't really come across here.
When I played a little hard, it was as if it was all mixed together. There was no clear setup of stereo perspective or anything like that.
Next up in the hot seat is Sebastian, better known as the Duck. The Duck himself is playing a bucket load of tracks before he even opens his mouth.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
The room is having big imprint on the sound. It doesn't matter what you do. It's not it doesn't stay true to the speaker. You actually have so much reflection, so the speaker is actually just vanishing because you can't detect where it is because it's all full of reflections. So the direct sound is so low and maybe 30%, and the rest is just coming from all over the place. So the speakers vanishes, but the sound is smearing and you get ear fatigue. You really need to deal with this room. I will give it another try when they do that because it's not fair to adjust the speakers like it's set up like this.
Okay, but that's a very interesting lesson to deliver from the Silverback listening team, that how much rooms actually affect it, especially when we hear so many different systems.
So it's not fair to judge the speakers because they're not to blame for it. What I heard is a pretty decent speaker that plays clarity, good bass, not overpowering the room.
So there you have it, a powerful system, great dynamics, vocal clarity, and substantial bass. Just how much, we will find out when visiting the next rooms. And what a great solution with the Arcam SA45 that even has direct room correction built in, which was not used in this session as per the sound chef's preference. It will be interesting to see what solutions will be integrated in this room for demoing the difference between great and awesome in the future. Next time, we're in for a serious upgrade with the next system prepared by Brian. Oh yeah, now we're talking. See you in part 2.
Silverback! We are the Silverback! Hear that thunder roll! Truth in the tweeters, heart in the stroll. High, great again, no strings to pull. Join the sound, feel the truth, let the music. The sound believers, wave receivers, nature's friends and truth achievers. We build, we play, we give it back. We are the mighty
They just play music and just vanish